Hello everybody, and welcome to some more Satisfactory with me, Dusty Circuit here. And this is, of course, well, to recap on the previous couple of episodes, we've set up fuel packaging at our new fuel power plant, or slash refinery setup. And we've built this black powder and Noblisk production thing over here. And I'd actually would like to address another possible issue with the power setup, but well, that present thing you just kind of got a glimpse of there. That's part of a sort of Christmas themed update that we seem to have gotten. Seem to be pretty much everywhere, so I wonder what they're about. And it seems like we're gonna get a variety of things from them. So I guess we'll go and collect all of these. There's even more of them coming down. Sure is a good thing I have a jetpack. Well, I guess we'll put these away for right now, and we need to address this power problem, as it could, our factory could shut down again soon if we don't stop it. So I'll be back at our oil or our fuel refinery once think we'll due to magic of editing, I'm gonna be right there, so see you when I'm there. Well, here we are. Well, it seems like so far so good. So what we did in the previous episode was I corrected the problems with this setup that last, like I believe was the episode before the last episode, that we created this like rather than use the polymer resin that this that this setup is producing, I'm instead getting oil from this node them making plastic and of course processing petroleum coke and also making the canisters and packaging fuel. And what had happened in the previous episode was this somehow the entire system basically got drained of all the fuel, and all these generators stopped running, and our entire base shut down as a result. And really, my only thought at the time was the packager could have possibly used up too much of the fuel. And really, what came to me what came to my mind at the time to resolve the issue was add this valve, which limits the flow rates to the packager. Because I guess my brain at that time thought that this was taking up too much of the fuel. But the problem, or at least I think it was a problem, apparently it wasn't a problem. That what it was, we actually have too many fuel generators on, basically on the whole fuel line. And with the math that I came up with, I believe I have built, we have 25 or 26 fuel generators. And and I actually calculated the fuel consumption of all of these, and that number came to about 390 cubic meters per minute. And we're producing roughly 400 per minute. And this fuel packager is taking 40 per minute. So we're actually a bit over what our production is capable of by about 30 or so. But in the amount of time that's passed between at least real time, like in-game time, in between that previous episode and now, if anything, I mean, as you can clearly see, we're full on our fuel. But in order to prevent this problem from happening again in the future, I've thought about a couple of things we can do. We can either remove, I believe we need to remove 2 fuel generators, and that will bring the consumption, I believe, down to about 360 per minute. So that would basically put us about dead even. Like we'd be using just as much fuel as we're producing. And of course, we either can do that or underclock the packager. But of those 2 options, I feel like we're just gonna remove 2 of them. And this is gonna cut our power production by roughly 300 megawatts, but we're still producing well over 400, and even right now we're using about half of it. So And part of the reason why I did the Noblisk
Merry
and
Christmas.
thank you. And part of the reason we set up the Noblisk production and also the packaged fuel and the rifle ammo, which is what I wanted to do this episode, is that I plan on going on a bit of an expedition, mainly for recipes, alternate recipes. Is there like another form of there is a rather complex form of like production we can do with our oil that will allow us to make turbo fuel, which is basically, it's like a more like efficient form of the regular fuel that like burns for longer and gives you more like you can run more fuel generators. They're consuming roughly 15 per minute, but the turbo fuel I think is about half of our current production of actually what it'll. It's basically it's twice as efficient, so we can run more. We can run more fuel generators. Okay, so I'm back from that. Well, I'm back from from fixing the power problem, and should be. Well, the keyword is should. We shouldn't run into any more issues. And apparently the presents actually are part of a whole new like seasonal kind of update to the game. And there's even a new chain in the map that's dedicated to it. And I'd like to maybe even begin to get into that this episode, but firstly I want to finish what we started in the previous one, which is setting up our. We set up the Noblisk ammo, but next I want to do rifle ammo. And I don't even know if we have the gun unlocked yet. And we don't. But we have the stuff to do it, so let's do it. And I also picked up some packaged fuel for use in our base. It should last me until I can get around to making a conveyor line into the base. Well, just to save you guys the monotony of just watching me build watching me build machines for probably even 30 minutes, even if I time-lapsed it, but here's our new plastic and rubber refinery. Man, what it is a beast. And it's going to be processing roughly a full Mark II pipeline of oil. And it's going to give us roughly about the 100 plastic per minute. No, 200 plastic per minute. And 200 rubber per minute. And this whole setup will also be producing 300 residue per minute, which are going to be processing in these refineries, and that this will make about 900 petroleum coke per minute, which eventually I may want to use for power, but for the time being we're just going to send it into a couple of awesome sinks and get points for it. And let's let the oil in, shall we? Yeah, here we go. It's gonna take a little while for this all to ramp up as the machines have to fill up. And pretty soon we should see these machines start to kick on as soon as we get enough residue in the pipe. We're not doing too bad on our power, though that's probably because our base isn't running at the moment. It's pretty much all from this thing. Now these are starting to run. And eventually pretty soon actually, we're going to need to route that plastic and rubber to our base. But I've been recording a lot today, so I'm not sure if I'll make this what I've recorded today one episode, or I'll put it into another episode, but whatever I decide to do in the editing, we'll see. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I much appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Remember to rate, comment, like, and subscribe. This has been me, Dusty Circuit, playing some Satisfactory. And stay tuned for more of Satisfactory and more of my ACO content, as well as my other content. And I guess this is peace out.